And we're back once again. Time once again for our weekly legal difference segment with Neblet Beard and Arsenal. Wes Gralapp joins me once again. We're going to begin a two-part series on rental cars, why and how you need a rental car following a accident. So Wes, welcome. Good to have you this morning. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Mark. It's good to be here again. And today we'd like to discuss with the viewer audience rental cars and what happens after an accident.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion with that, and if you really need one. There's a lot of questions that people have following an accident and getting a rental car.
Right. Well, in central Louisiana, where we're mostly reliable on our own vehicles for transportation, it's very important that when your car is disabled that you're able to get a rental car. When you've been in an accident, the insurance company for the third party, the person who caused the accident, typically owes a rental car service to you. How you go about getting it and being able to get it timely is a difficult task.
Yeah. But you're entitled to a rental car, though, following an accident.
Absolutely. And whether you're entitled to a car that is better than the one that you had, no, that's not the case. You're entitled to a car that is like kind to the one that you had.
Right.
And so
what if I don't need a rental car?
Well, if you don't need a rental car, the law says that you're entitled to what is called loss of use. Loss of use is the equivalent in cost to replace your vehicle for the days in which you're without it. Typically, that's about $25 to $35 a day.
Yeah, I didn't know. I wasn't even aware of that. And that's, again, some of the questions people have about rental cars that probably they didn't know about.
Well, oftentimes you're either too young to rent a car or that you have another car available to you, but the law still wants you to be compensated for not having that car.
Got it. How do I go about getting a rental car? What's that process like?
What happens is that you'll have to set up a claim with the adverse party's insurance company, and then they will confirm that you have coverage, and then they will set you up with a rental car agency here in town. And typically, that process takes 3 to 5 days.
What about rental insurance, rental car insurance? Is that something you need to get?
Good question. You don't always need to get rental insurance. It's very expensive at the rental car agency. Your insurance should carry over. This is considered to be a temporary replacement car under your policy, such that it will cover your rental car.
Gotcha.
Now, sometimes you won't have the necessary insurance to cover the value of the rental car, and you may have to add that at the rental agency. But most of the time, your liability insurance will transfer over and cover the car.
Okay. How long do you get to keep a rental car? Is there any time frame on that?
It depends on whether or not your car is repairable after an accident or if it's what we all know as being totaled. If it's repairable, then you get to stay in a rental car for the time in which it takes to repair your vehicle. If your car is totaled, then you get to stay in a rental car for a reasonable time in order to replace the vehicle that you had at the time of the accident. And typically that's around 30 days.
After an accident, how long does it typically take to get a rental car following an accident when you know you need one?
You know, the worst time to have an accident is on a Friday.
Is it? Yeah, you got the weekend coming up, huh?
That's right. You need your car on the weekend, and the insurance companies are typically closed. But I would say on average it takes about 3 to 5 days to get a rental car. If you're going to hire an attorney to help you with an accident, then you should call that attorney right away. You should, because they can get you started towards getting in that rental car, because there's a lot of things that an insurance company has to do to make sure that it's in their best interest to rent that car to you.
And now who pays for the rental car following an accident here in Louisiana?
The third-party insurer for the at-fault driver should pay for the rental, and most often they will set you up in that rental car. Sometimes you have to pay for it yourself, and if you do, then they owe you reimbursement for that.
Right. All right. More information on rental cars, just check out the website and give you guys a holler, correct, Wes?
Absolutely. We're available to you and to tell you all about your rental car needs.
All right. We'll continue the rental car discussion next week.
I look forward to being here.
Thanks, Wes. Thanks for dropping by. The Alexandria Cruise Parade's coming up on Sunday. We'll have a preview when we come back.